In the first book of the Chronicles of Narnia, Peter and Susan are worried because their sister Lucy keeps telling a story about a magical land she found inside a wardrobe, even after they all go into the wardrobe with her and find that it is perfectly ordinary, just full of coats with a hard wooden back. They go to the professor in whose house they're staying and talk to him about their problem. And he asks them whether they have considered the question logically. There are only three possibilities, he says. Either your sister is telling lies, or she is mad, or she is telling the truth. You know from her character, from her past, that she doesn't tell lies, and it is obvious from just looking at her and talking to her that she is not mad. For the moment then, and unless any further evidence turns up, we must assume she is telling the truth. Now, this is one of Lewis's famous nonfiction arguments for Christianity put into a children's tale and into a different context. It's often called the Trilemma, and it occurs in Mere Christianity, discussing whether Jesus was only a good human teacher, and Lewis rejects that claim altogether. A man who was merely a man and said the sorts of things Jesus said would not be a great moral teacher. He would either be a lunatic or else he would be the devil of hell. So you'd have to be crazy, Lewis says here, to claim that you're God if you're not, or you'd have to be evil and trying to deceive people. You must make your choice. Either this man was and is the Son of God, or else a madman or something worse. So he says you have choices for how you can respond to Jesus. You can say that he's a fool, you can say that he's a demon, or you can fall at his feet and call him Lord and God. But you can't just say he was a great human teacher, because he didn't leave that option open to us. So this discussion ends up being called the liar, lunatic, or Lord argument. That C.S. Lewis says those are the only options. I myself think that it's not a particularly strong argument, and there have been lots of intelligent scholars who have analyzed it and broken it down and given other possibilities. Perhaps Christ was mistaken. Perhaps he never claims to be God in the Gospels. Perhaps the Gospels are not a reliable record of what he said and did. Perhaps that they are legendary, etc. And Lewis later in life came to think that it was perhaps not as strong an argument as he had initially put forward. But I do like the idea that he puts out a nonfiction argument in his apologetic writing and then brings it to life in a children's story in a way that lets us think about it from a new angle. What do you think? Do you find the argument persuasive?